Welcome, Shadowrun community. I'm McDougall, and you're here to see yet another tutorial about Shadowrun Returns. Let us first go to Shadowrun Returns Community Hub, which you can enter when you actually have Shadowrun Returns in your library. Or rather, you can enter the workshop area, which is currently in beta. There you can see that I already uploaded a GM Resource, which is called Persistent Lootable Corpses. I created this because there seems to be a demand for people who want to have corpses that stay dead right on the ground, to have loot that can be picked up from those dead bodies, and maybe even have this loot being randomized. On another note, it is also able, or I will also show you how to let those bodies disappear right after you collected their loot. So let's get started. As you may notice, as a map I simply used the downtown map that comes with the early access and that we will definitely get when the game comes out. So let us go to where the action takes place. What I did here was simply create a player character which I called Overlord, just because, you know, you're against 4 guys and you're so winning because you're a Shadowrunner. Alright. And so on. I also created 4 Lone Star actors, which of course want to kill you because you are a very bad guy. And just let me check this. No, I didn't assign any tags yet. What I also did was, right outside of the map, I created a region. I called this region Loot, because it will be very important for the loot that we are going to share. And I wanted to have random loot with 3 different pieces of loot. I wanted to have either a rifle, a grenade, or a pistol to be lootable from a dead body. So I searched for invisible, and I used invisible prop, non-solid prop 3 times. I gave it the name Loot Rifle, for example, so that I can easily identify it. I gave it the tag Loot, which will be important later on, and I made it interactable. Interaction type is item pickup, and then I just selected the items and I wanted to be picked up from this item. So why did I do that? Why do I have that region? Why do I have those 3 props? As you will see when I show you the triggers and talk about them, you will see that when you down a character, when you kill him and his body stays, then this character isn't usually interactable. In the real game you can usually, and when they're on your own team, you can usually bring them back to life. You have 3 turns to do that. But the workaround we are going to use won't let you do that. Instead, this body is laying there, playing dead, and you have no choice but to warp in another prop and have that prop be the interactable one. It's like a dummy prop. It's whatsoever. Alright, so we start with a trigger called Loot. In Loot, which very important is that all those triggers are retained, because when we kill several people we want them to trigger again and again and again for every single one of them. What we want to do is, when triggering actor deals HP damage to triggering target actor, this is when we do damage. When we deal damage. If triggering target actor is on Team Lone Star, all those guys that I want to kill are on the Team Lone Star. If you were fighting against gangers, you'd have to assign this trigger for on Team Ganger, of course. If triggering target's actors max health percentage is less than or equal to 0.1, this actually means this trigger won't start unless I hit this guy so hard that he has just 10% of his maximum health left. So when I have an actor that has 20 HP, the trigger won't kill him until he has 2 HP. We could also take this and bring it to 0,01, so he has 1% left. But let's be serious. Those guys will be very hard to bring down to 1% of health if they have less than 100%. All right, less than 100 HP. So what I did here was 0.1, so they have 10% left. Very important for those, which I didn't tell you yet, but is extremely important, is to set them to actor cannot be killed. This is very important because when they die the usual way, they just be dead and gone. You won't have persistent corpses. If you don't want those corpses and just to loot, that's fine. But if you want those corpses to stay there where the guy is killed, you want them to be cannot be killed. So what we do next is set triggering target actor is killable. Now that he is at this state, he is killable. Then change single actor triggering target actor, again the guy that we're aiming at, his team to civilians. This is very important so that when we kill all those guys, all of them will be civilians. Even when we don't collect their, even when we let them lie around, as long as they're not on team civilians and on a team that will want to kill us, we will be in turn mode. And we don't want to be in turn mode when everyone's lying on the ground. Kill single actor triggering target actor, again the guy we shot dead. Death method downed. With the newest build, which wasn't possible before, we can bring them to the down state, which is usually reserved for player controlled characters. This down state will let them lie on the ground. Then next is attached region loot. This is the region we created up here. 2 random int between 1 and 3 2 triggering target actor, which means if I kill this guy, the region will be warped to him, be right on top of him, and that is very important for those other 3 triggers. The next thing is set the int variable random loot, an int we created, to a random int between 1 and 3. I used 1 and 3 because I have 3 different items of loot. If I wanted to have 10 items of loot, I'd say a number between 1 and 10. Send out the game event random set. Random set is an event that we can easily create here with right click and create trigger event. Then we have those 3 other triggers which are actually quite the same. Those are set to retrain. They trigger when random set, the event that we send out here, is sent out. If random loot is equal to 1, I want my loot rifle, which I have here, to be cloned at the center point of loot. Loot is my region. So when I kill this guy, loot will come down here, be set on top of him, and then when my random int is 1, loot rifle will be cloned just on top of him. So when I do that and he's killed and he's downed, then I have this on top of him. I can't see it, but I will see my item pickup icon and I can get my item. Sounds easy enough, right? So I did the same for grenade and pistol, just equal to 2 and equal to 3, and then using the right prop, as you can see here. And that's actually about it. If we want those bodies to stay, let's try it out. Load main character because we want to be someone powerful. I actually have to start the game. So here we are in the game. Yeah, I did a lot of testing here. I'm going to use RC, import him, continue, and here is my battle. Alright, I'm going to take my fireball because I want to be a badass and kill many of those add-ons. Alright, I downed 2 of the guys, 1 is still left standing. Yeah, the troll won't stand a chance against me. Neither does this burning dude. So as you can see here, we have this icon here and here. The triggers actually fire fast enough that even though I killed 2 guys at once, my region came here, cloned one of my props here, then came to this guy, cloned another one of my random props here, and let's check out what I get before we kill the other dudes. So I got a Fischetti security, I got my pistol. Let's see what I get for the other guy, for the mage that looks exactly like me. Man, I think I just killed my twin. Well, it doesn't matter. What does he have for me? The Zemopol. So this is the big gun. Here I have it. Let's take a shot at this guy. It says immortal, because we set him this way, as it won't show up in the final game. So what did he have for me? My grenade? Yeah, and I have a grenade. And I don't have a grenade skill. Well, whatsoever. This troll's about done. Don't worry about the clippiness, won't appear in the final map. HBS is still tweaking those. And kill the last one of them. So, because we set all 4 of those guys to be civilian when we kill them, we actually can move freely now. I got a second Zemopol and all my slots are full of guns. Because I'm so friggin' badass, so I sent to my stash. And everything worked out just like I wanted it to. So, as you just saw, everything worked out the way we wanted to. We killed all loonies, and we got their loot. But their body stayed, and if we go on a rampage and kill like 10 guys, 20 guys, and they're lying around the whole day, cluttering the whole scene, maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want those bodies to disappear when we got their loot. So, I created another scene for that in the GM Ressource, and actually changed a bit, not so much. What I did was, as I said in another video, oh, and was thanks to Brian, by the way, he showed me how to get this working. I created 2 new tags, dead and loot. Loot is a tag I assign to every one of my invisible loot props, so that I can differentiate them from any other prop interactable or item pickup prop I have in my scene. I edited loot to add the tag dead to the single actor triggering target actor. So whoever I kill in the scene gets assigned the tag dead, so that my game knows, alright, who am I searching for? The guy who's dead? Alright, let's take that guy because he is actually dead. I created a new trigger called Cleaner, which is active at map start and retained, and when an item is picked up, if triggering prop has the tag loot, so one of our 3 loot props, kill single actor nearest actor to triggering prop to the loot with the tag dead. So the nearest actor would probably be, if I kill this guy and my invisible prop is here, then it will be exactly will be the guy right below this prop. So I'm going to kill him again, and this time make him permanently dead. Let's check it out if it works like intended. Yeah, here we are again. And once again, I want to kill as many of those guys as soon and as fast as possible. Just like before. Or not this time. This time my twin is at least a bit alive. Let's see if we can change that in due time. Get him! And I'm so hardcore, I'm just going to beat the crap out of this out of this troll, which can't even, you know, take a shot at me, even though I'm like, yeah, a meter away. Again. Oh, come on. So what do we have for me? Here's a frag grenade for me. And bye-bye, twin. There he goes. Alright, I think I want to take another item. And I got a security gun. He bled out and there he goes. I'm gonna get rid of that troll. There he goes. I don't want... Bye-bye, other security guard. Loony. Alright, you see that works. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you understood it well enough. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me on YouTube in the comments or just on the Shadowrun.com forum. And be sure to tell me in the comments which tutorials you want me to create next. So, feel free to comment, like and subscribe, and see you next in the shadows. See you soon.